What's up? So I was watching YouTube, and then one thing I've been doing recently is watching YouTube videos specifically related to photography content, more so for me to kind of be a part of the community more than anything else. I typically don't watch that kind of content just because if I'm interested in something, I'll like watch it specifically, but I don't typically watch photography related content just because that's just not something I've ever really been fully interested in, if that makes sense. Like, not photography itself, but just like someone else taking photos and talking about it, unless I really relate to the person. Other than that, I don't necessarily watch a lot of photography content, but I'm trying to now, just to see people's perspective, different perspectives, and see how people shoot, all that sort of stuff, and just be a part of the community more than I was before. But there was a topic about that I just recently watched, and it talked about starting YouTube, right? And this guy was talking about how when you start YouTube, find your niche, right? And my roommate tells me the same thing, and I think it's true. Like, you should find your niche, you should find what you want to do, but at the same time, like, if you have all these interests and you want to, like, the video kind of contradicted itself, where it says find your niche, but also find your voice and show who you are as a person, your personality and all that stuff. But what if your personality is all these things? You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, for people who watch this, they probably, same with my Instagram. So people who follow me probably come in with the intent like, oh, this guy posts photos, he's a photographer, he only posts photos, portraits, etc., right? But then I like to travel, I like to cook, I like fitness, I like showcasing all that sort of stuff, right? I like showing that this is me, this is all of me, right? And so I think this is like the hardest question, mostly because it makes me reflect and think about my channel and how all over the place it is, where I do post, like, sometimes I post my wedding content, sometimes a lot of the times I do these rants, sometimes I post photography BTS, my travel stuff. I only posted cooking once, but I want to do more of it. But you know, it's like, I don't know why we not live in a society where like we can only do one thing, but it's like, I get people only follow you for the one thing, but at the end of the day, what are we doing this for, right? Like, are we doing this to blow up and people are like, oh, you're the photographer guy, right? Or are we doing this because this is what we want to be doing, right? For me, I just want to make these videos because I enjoy making them. I like talking. Now I'm like really enjoying talking to the camera just because there's no one else to talk to. I think today is actually day 31 of lockdown. So, but you know, like, if we're gonna make content that is supposed to showcase us, just post what I believe is just like, make what you think is you, right? Whether that's a lot of things or just the one thing you want to stick with. I don't necessarily think there's a right or wrong way of doing YouTube or posting content, but like, I get there's a algorithm and statistics of like, if you stick to one niche, the people who follow you will be within that niche, and then they'll stick because they're like, oh, I'm following this guy because I only want to know photography from this guy, right? But for me, I'm hoping whoever follows me throughout like my life knows that, like, or follows me for me and everything that I do outside of just photography, right? Like, if you like the photography side, cool. If you like my cooking stuff, cool. If you like anything really, you know, by the end of the day, it's just like, I want to know more about you, you want to know more about me. It's more like that, you know, like me as a whole rather than just one part of me. So let me know your opinions on that sort of stuff. I don't know why that video, I think this topic always irks me because when I first started Instagram, it was just like that, right? When you first start Instagram, everyone's like, especially for photographers or content creators, they're like, oh, once you start doing this one thing, this is the only thing you can post. For example, when you are a portrait photographer, a lot of other photographers would tell you, oh, once you post portraits, you can only post portraits. I'm like, dude, why? Like, why is that the only thing? So like, and then they're like, then you find your own flair, you find your own style, which is true, which is very true. But sometimes you go on a lot of these portrait pages, and unless you have like a voice or a personality outside of just taking photos, they're all fairly generic. You look at them and you're like, dang, this page looks like this page, and this page looks like this page. There's nothing really new if you really like look at a lot of photos, if that makes sense. Just because we live in a society where the internet is everywhere and content is so rare, and having your own personal opinion is so unique that there's nothing really original. It's hard to be original, you know? So the only way you can be original is to voice your opinion and voice more of your personality outside of just your art, I guess. Like, but yeah, you can find your personality and art and presence within your photos and all that stuff, but I don't know, like, my personal opinion is just do what you want to be doing. Don't like get focused on like, I have to have this certain content or else no one's gonna like me, or else I'm not gonna blow up. Like, if that's your intent to do YouTube or just to be like known as this one person, cool, right? But for me, it's not, you know? Yeah, see, like, I call these like my ranting videos because they're definitely just me ranting about opinions that aren't as serious as I'm making them sound. But yeah, like, if you enjoy what you're doing, just keep doing it, right? If you don't enjoy it, change it. Like, I am definitely constantly figuring out everything. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing with YouTube, with Instagram, with social media, with photography, anything. Like, I am just a blank canvas that is trying to fill in all the gaps. But yeah, so let me know your opinions on that. Should I just stick to doing rants? Should I just do only photography content? Should I only, you know, just, it kind of helps. Like, yeah, if everyone's just like, everything else sucks, you shouldn't do this anymore, I would think about it, but I probably wouldn't listen. But, you know, like, it's good to know, but at the same time, I'm just doing whatever I want to really be doing at this moment in my life. But yeah, so let me know. Let me know if you would rather see one type of content on like anything, right? Social media and all that stuff. Not necessarily for my content, but just like your general opinion on that. Do you think people should just stick to one thing and follow that through, or should we be allowed to do whatever we really want, post whatever, and not have to worry about, oh, I'm trying to be this person for this reason, you know? But like always, you can subscribe, like, and comment if you really want. I'll see you, this will be on Wednesday, so I'll see you Friday. Okay. That's fine, whatever. Oh.